Good evening, gentlemen, brothers, and it is with a heavy heart I come to you this evening. As you all know, I do not allow females in my chat, and I meticulously avoid female drama. But yesterday, UnwantedContriver made a stream, and he brought my name into his female drama. Let me explain. Good Mother and this woman named Alice hate each other and have started feuding. I don't give a fuck that the women are fighting. That's women's business, and it's not my business, nor, gentlemen, should it be yours. I know a lot of you go and hang out on Good Mother's stream, but that's your own business. What you shouldn't do is allow yourselves to get sucked into the whirlpool of female emotions. And that's exactly what UnwantedContriver did for 7+ fucking hours yesterday. Dragging my name into it, dragging Chris Mitchell's name into it, dragging a few other brothers' name into it. I just sort of zoned out after a while, but I watched the whole goddamn shit show. And you're saying, well, how is he getting sucked into her, into Good Mother's fight? Well, what happened was that UnwantedContriver was offended by the way that this other group, I guess they all inhabit one Discord server by the name of Gulag, was treating Good Mother during an interview. And they were getting after her, the Gulag folks were getting after Good Mother for having a fight with their girl Atlas. And apparently they took offense to Good Mother. So we have a group of, I'm guessing, people white knighting for Alice, but I didn't see any evidence of that, but that's what the rumor is. And I believe the people who told me that evidence. So the white knights show up for Good Mother, and we have a fucking war starting with from a guy that I thought was fucking base as hell. I thought UnwantedContriver was really, really base, but he's not. He's a complete fucking simp. 7 hours of white knighting, 7+ hours of white knighting, because he was offended at the way Good Mother was treated. When really, as MGTOW, we should stay away from the female drama. That drama is there for the ladies. They can handle their own business, and they don't need our help. UnwantedContriver is a long-time member of the community, but he really just did his first video yesterday. Yeah, yeet. So, what you guys don't know is that on Friday, UnwantedContriver is asking for a meeting. He says he's going to need 2 hours of my time. And when I finally gave him some time, he was going all in on what it means to be gatekeeping. And I'm fine. That's good. Gatekeeping is what we're all here for. We need to keep the shills and the scumbags and the PUAs and the grifters out of our community. And we definitely need to keep the women out of our community online. That's not to say you can't have dealings with women off somewhere outside the manosphere. And by going to Good Mother's stream, you're definitely outside the manosphere. What I don't like What I really don't like is having my name brought into a white knight's conversation as an example of why, we need to actually spend more time with women. And I don't need to spend more time with women. I'm a monk. I will be professional with them when it's time, at the store, at my place of work, if I'm working someplace, if I'm, pumping gas. I'm not going to just go out of my way to be mean to other people, because women are people. And I don't hate women. And it was implied that I do, and that's not true. But we cannot, as a community, allow ourselves to get drawn into these fights. And 7 hours of fucking white knighting, oh my God. What the fuck was he thinking? How much of a blue-pilled simp do you have to be to spend 7 hours online outraged because somebody talked mean to your queen? Your sense of, outrage is driven by the fact that you want to have that female validation, and that violates the principle of exclusion. If you are hungry and thirsty for a woman's attention, you are not excluding her from your value pyramid. You have to exclude the women from your value pyramid. You improve yourself for yourself as a MGTOW. You do not improve as a man if you are acting for the benefit of a female. That is not MGTOW behavior. Period. There's no argument about it. Morals, ethics, values, and principles. Well, this is a principle that was broken. And if you agreed with me that the Gulag guys should have treated Good Mother with a little more respect, that's not white knighting. If you go out and attack them for fucking 7 hours, that is white knighting. I treat everyone with respect if I can. Sometimes I got a bit of a temper on me, and I say some harsh words, but I try to treat everyone with respect. They did not treat Good Mother with respect, but that is not my problem, because she voluntarily went on their server, knowing what kind of people they were, and subjected herself to that type of treatment. She did not quit the first time they started being disrespectful. She stayed on a live stream with them for a long time. And that's because she and this Alice person hate each other, and a Good Mother wanted to go in there and find out some facts or something. I don't know. I don't care. Not my monkey, not my fucking circus. Does you guys all understand where I'm coming from? I've had people in chat all day long trying to get me to calm down on this, and I'm trying to handle this in the most respectful way possible. I have nothing against Good Mother. I have problems with brothers who go out and white knight for her and try and drag the rest of us into her fights. Those are her fights. They are not our fights. Period. So that's what Shinobi did. Now Dak, on the other hand, OneFastDak. If you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago, I did some keep the women out of the manosphere. Well, I didn't mention any names over who was complaining. to me about Good Mother. One of the people complaining to me about Good Mother is OneFastDak. He, in private, is absolutely terrified of her. But last night, OneFastDak threw me under the bus. He was saying that we, as men in MGTOW, need to include women in our sphere. And he said that I had calmed down and not, and had learned my lesson. Dak apparently has 30% of his followers as females, and he's trying to grow his channel. And that's why I have sort of laid off Dak in public. But when he's talking about how he's educating me and how I make MGTOWs look bad by excluding females from my channel, sorry, fucker. You cannot have women in the manosphere. That leads to downfall. That absolutely leads to downfall, and I have never changed my position on that. I have the receipts if anybody wants to see them, where Dak is talking to me about how he is absolutely terrified of Good Mother. He's afraid she will destroy him if he speaks out against her. And what he did last night was an absolute act of cowardice. He will not stand up to this woman, and he will throw brothers under the bus to get in her good graces. And I thought Dak was my friend. And that's what I'm really, really pissed about. Because Dak, I've supported him since he started his channel. Always commenting on every video he puts out. Even, if it's just, the mindless tripe about making fun of women on head meds. I thought Dak really was my brother. I thought he was a really good friend. But he's not. He sold me out for female validation. And that fucking hurt me. Yeah, you're saying too funny. Well, Dak, that is exactly what happened. We don't need women in the manosphere. And you, sir, you have done exactly what I said. You want to grow your channel? Fine. Good on you. But you shouldn't have brought me into your little white night fest last night on Good Mother's stream. You shouldn't have done it. And I'm going to open up the chat here for if any of you all have questions, but we really need to get a hold of ourselves, brothers. It is not, something we need to continue to do. These women will have their fights. They are women. That's what they do. They love their drama, and we need to stay out of it. We also need to keep ourselves in check and understand that it's human nature to want to defend women, but they are strong and independent now. They have forsworn their traditional roles. And to our detriment, we still, as men, try and protect them. We have to get control of that part of our biology, gentlemen. Yes, Hermit, we will be having call-ins. And I made myself clear. Excuse me, I'm having trouble posting tonight. There we go. So the link is up. Those of you who are wrenches, if you could please copy it and post it again, that's great. If anybody wants to join in, join on in. Another thing that UnwantedContriver did is he used the rape of my daughter to try and explain why I am anti-female in the chat spaces. It's he was using the "who hurt you" argument. So I'm sorry. You don't know shit about me, buddy, and you don't know anything about that. Hello, Angler. Angler, you have yourself muted.
Okay, you got me now?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on, bro?
Dude, I just spent 10 minutes talking about it.
I know, I listened to it. I kind of skimmed through that stream. I mean, like you said, it was 7 hours long, so I wasn't going to sit there and listen to the whole thing.
Nella Wolf, I don't know you. Don't put any porn on my channel or I'll hate you forever.
What's up? Yeah, man, I was there when the stream happened. He mentioned you. He said, he understands that you don't want to have women on the manosphere. That's completely understandable. Even Goodman said that she wouldn't come in, and that she was putting out a video that she warned that there was, I think, Alice and all these crazy bitches, that they would actually use men by proxy to infiltrate the manosphere.
Well, that is exactly what's been going on, but it's not just Alice's proxies.
Yeah, it was like Zechariah, dude. That one Zechariah, dude, because, I mean, she was there. I mean, I know you saw it. She was there, and she was, like, getting ripped apart. And so, like, why you getting, why you putting other women in check? Well, women have to put other women in check because that's not what they're doing now. They're not putting, women doing other women, like, do that, stay away, focus on yourselves, stay out of the men's way, fix shit, that. And that's why guy was like, oh, wow, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, And I'm thinking, like, wow, this guy's crazy. This guy is really, really crazy. And I remember that OneFastDak said that he's talked to him. He's got, email from him about topics, that men go through, articles. So I don't think he threw it under the bus. I mean, I heard him. He was like, I respect, what True Blood wants to do. I respect that he wants to keep women out, and that's what we should do. Because they're trying to influence. They're trying to start shit, start drama. And we don't want drama with women. If we start, talking about it, it's because it's among us. But we don't want women to start crap. Keep that shit away from that. Because we're not about drama. We're about solutions to, everyday issues that men. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, we are all about that.
And I think we need to be very careful at this point in time. Chris Mitchell, the Emperor, we all know him. It was just over 18 minutes. He did a little live stream today kind of talking about this and how this is becoming a big division for all of us. So I think we should take Chris's advice and take a step back before we start getting hostile with each other and just have a conversation, like men have, like we always have. Not just to let this one little thing, be the spike that divides all of us. Let's everybody chill out.
We should be careful. I think we should be careful with women using other guys as proxies to infiltrate, this space, this, haven for men, because that's what they're doing, and that's what the other guy said. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep going to MGTOW channels, and I'm gonna, it's like wow, that's scary as fuck. That is scary as fuck.
Okay, Nello. But aside from the women right now, let's think about the men that are within this community. The men that have built so much together, the men that have stuck together. And, don't even think about the women. Okay, that's not what this is about. Think about the men here. Think about
I'm thinking about who really is into this.
Bro, hold on a second. Think about how close all of us have become. And let's not let this one occurrence break that bond. Okay, we're always going to have disagreements. And if you guys didn't hear Chris Mitchell's, 18+ minute stream today. I suggest that you go listen to it.
And Angler, I appreciate those words, and I spent probably 2 hours talking to Chris today. So
that's kind of what I gathered. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get on my regular computer right now so I can wrench up Rusty. I thought Rusty already was a wrench.
Rusty Rivers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good people, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he really is. He really is a good guy.
Rusty apparently doesn't have a wrench right now, and I'm trying to give him a wrench. So...
But I think also the common denominator that we're seeing here, which has always been, what exactly is causing the division here? Female.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so,
like I said, I don't know why you guys go to her channel, but lots of you, in fact, I'd have to say the majority of people that are in this chat right now go to Good Mother's channel.
Yeah, they do.
I've heard all kinds of brothers calling her mom, and it just drives me insane when I hear that crap.
I get what you're saying.
She was
the first live streams that I had ever been on. I used to go to her channel until I finally decided, no, there's no room for that here. I had my own experience there.
All right. Apparently, we have a truism who was the guy that Good Mother was talking about. So, in the chat, and that is, the whole thing that was going on is we didn't need to have this drama. We didn't need to, this didn't need to be happening because we don't need to be involved in the female problems, the fighting.
I agree. Not here.
7 hours. My God. I had to watch that thing last night.
I mean, I try to watch because she does put a little bit of Peterson, and then she put that one guy that was, I think, being the person of narcissism and how it has like different diagnosis. And speaking, saying that why don't they have it under one definition instead of putting it, in separate one definition. That way we can at least, make the outlines of who's a narcissist, what are what's called the patterns of the behaviorism, the outlines out there. That's what I was like looking at her because it's like we known about this. Like, how can you tell narcissist or who's not? And then I think she also did about empath or more like so how can you tell that? That's the shit I was trying to like. Stuff that got me interested.
Hey,
I just gotta know.
You got a bit of an echo.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. It's just I got like error all around me. But yeah, sorry about that.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Cyber Toscan.
I came up here to clarify something that was just stated on this stream. I believe that information came from her stream and her bullet points and the way she likes to change things according to how she sees them, rather than how they are originally stated in that subjective reality. And I came up here to say this in regards to the man that said he would continue to go to MGTOW spaces. Now, that is not with any intention or as some other woman's proxy. This man is married, happily married, and he said that to Mandy. He said that to Mandy because he knew it would make her angry.
Okay.
Just to see him in MGTOW spaces, because that's the only reason she tagged him in her stream. Not because he said anything about her, not because he's been involved in any of her chick beef. He has not. Not at all.
Well,
he has been disrespected.
Why you getting dragged into this? That's what he got asked by her, and he just started laughing. He didn't give her an answer.
Why is he supposed to answer to her after she repeatedly dodged that same question when he asked her, why did she
Okay,
tag him in her stream?
Cyber, hang on a second, bud. We're not worried in MGTOW about the fight that Mandy has. We don't. That's her business.
Absolutely.
As MGTOW, we need to stay out of the female drama. That's what this is about.
Well, first time I came to her, it's because I saw a man saying that she told him to tell some women that they were two-faced feminists. And I went to her as privately as I could to ask her if she sent him.
Okay,
And
cyber. You're not getting it. We need to stay out of the females' fights.
yes.
So let's
And
stay out of the females' fights. I'm not going to try and justify their behavior or anything like that. As a MGTOW, I just want away from that type of female drama.
yes, sir, if I was concerned about the female fight, I would have said something to that man while he was saying those things to those women. But I didn't, because I wasn't worried about that. I was worried that she sent him. And it took me a lot of asking and asking again. She was dodging the question.
Yeah, but once
finally
again,
was
I don't give a
clarified
fuck what
that
Mandy
she
had
didn't
to
send
say.
him.
Do you get it? I don't give a fuck what Mandy had to say, because that's a woman having a female fight. She might fight with another guy. She might fight with a woman named Alice. It doesn't matter to me, because she's not MGTOW. She's
Right.
not a man, and her problems are not meant for men's spaces, period.
Right. And that's what caught my attention, because I was worried about the effect she was having on men. Because I saw men doing what she wanted to do for her.
All right. Now I'd like to welcome UnwantedContriver, one of the guys that I'm getting after. In fact, the main guy that I'm getting after. Welcome him to the show. Let's be respectful. All right, Contriver, you're on. All right, I've got my own FBI agent now.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
welcome, Contriver.
Yes, sir. So
Your microphone is very, very low. Can you turn it up, please?
I mean, this is a shitty microphone. I have to buy a new one.
Okay. Let me see if I.
For now, we have to do with this only. So, would the court trial commence without reading the charges for the accused, or there shall be some ground for the respondent or the defendant to also say something?
Dude, I am not a lawyer, so if you got something to say, let's try not to play little tricks. Go ahead and say your piece.
I would say my piece, but I have to know the charges that have been laid out against
White
you.
knighting for female
White
validation is what I am
Okay.
charging you with. If you want to make it into a, but I'm not your prosecutor, nor am I your judge or your jury. I am an offended party,
Okay.
and I'm not going.
So,
I saw what you did, and it is what it is.
and what did I do?
You spent 7 hours yesterday white knighting
Yes.
for Good Mother.
I did not white knight for good mother. On the contrary, I would say I wanted to clear the air on my first stream itself before going further into breaking down the analyses of Stardust, Barbarossa, Human, Coltrane, Spetsnaz, which is my favorite. I wanted to do all of those analyses and research on their videos and what they had to say regarding the MGTOW philosophy. And 7 hours on that very particular stream. If you listen to me at least once and unplugging the bananas out of the ears of the people, they would come to know and come to realize that I am on their side. I am not, first of all, I am not sleeping around with good mother because she is 1,000 miles away from me.
More like
She
six
could get,
thousand miles, but yeah.
yes, yes, across seven oceans. Second of all, I don't have any soft corner for any sperm receptacle in the world. Forget about good mother, my own biological mother. And I dare say that. We are the people who have been wronged by women. So how could I, go back simping for her in the first place? Yes, I used to go on her channel. I used to say my piece, and that's it. I still do, by the way, but that does not mean that I have become a white knight for her. Second of all, second of all, my two primary concerns were this, in which I wanted to address this on the Discord before making the video itself, in which in the context of which you told me that you were preoccupied with some daily routinely activities. So I said, okay, when you are fine, sir, then we are going to have a discussion regarding that. And I came on the Discord server and I told you we need to keep women out of this. Did I or did I not?
You did, and then the next day you went and had a stream on a woman's channel defending the woman.
It was not about defending the woman. It was something that I came to realize, and it was a gut instinct that someone sent FBI, Criminal Investigation Joint Task Force, and Texas A&M University Police on her doorstep because they could not get to me. And all of
What
this
proof do
happened.
you have of that?
Gut instinct.
What proof do you have of that claim? I
That
find that
police was
claim
sent on
highly suspect.
that police was sent on her doorstep
Yeah, instead of coming to you, what proof do you have of that other than a logical conclusion that you have made for yourself?
because I have because those two government agents who came on her doorstep gave her a visiting card, which she showed in the video itself as well, after scratching out and redacting the name in that very visiting card. And they were
A
from
bullets for
county
teeth?
office or something.
Goodbye. Don't know you, don't care.
This is very suspicious that all of a sudden, we know what happened to Undead Chronic, and now all of a sudden, Good Mother is saying that the FBI is showing up at her doorstep.
Well,
I mean,
Mother's FBI visit predates what happened to Chronic.
okay.
So, first of all, let me tell you the chronology of things as to what has transpired regarding that very issue. There is a channel called SKC, and I came to know about all these channels, including yours, through Good Mother as well. And I actually was lurking through the stream itself. They they were doing some Jussie Smollett sort of a stream that he has been exonerated or something like that, has been acquitted by the court or something. In the chat, I was reading and going through the chat, and being as direct as I am, I asked someone named Awesome Alice. Now I have to explain it to the people and wash the dirty linen in public, since people have to know about my side as to how I come in into this very equation of two women actually having a girl beef. I asked her a question. Godmother said, I want to repeal the 19th because the women are leeching off the welfare state. Second, that woman who is known by the name Awesome Alice, and she was the one who said that I don't want to repeal the 19th. False pretension of being a caring about men's rights and all these, this, that, and the other, as we all know, the whole 9 yards. So she said, I don't want to repeal the 19th. So I asked her, then what about the social welfare schemes and government quotas that are reserved for women? Do you want to do away with that as well in the name of undoing feminism? Just one question I asked her in the entire stream. She could not answer that bloody question once. Now, since she got a
Why
little
are
bit
you getting
salty about
involved in a fight between Good Mother and then this Alice person?
I just
Right?
asked her
Yeah,
a very
it's
genuine
women's
question.
business. We,
Though,
as
though
MGTOW, we don't have any business in the women's sphere as much as they don't have any business in the men's sphere.
I was on SKC's stream actually, and he's a man. And it was in the chat of that very same video that was playing, this all was happening. So just asking a random question to a random YouTuber or something, why is it so wrong? Why is it so wrong being direct if someone is doing a false pretension of being a conservative and conserving and this, that, and the other?
Well, I guess you're talking about Alice there. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Why are you concerned with Alice?
Because she used to appear on Good Mother's stream as well and used to claim that she is a self-proclaimed American conservative and all the whole 9 yards.
Why are you concerned about what one woman tells another woman on a woman's channel?
Because I used to be there when she used to proclaim all these things.
But as a man, as a MGTOW, is it your place to get involved in a woman's fight on a woman's channel?
Because just because I'm sitting here with 5 people right now, tomorrow I'm going to ask Mr. Brandon, you claim to be a conservative, but you claim to be a MGTOW, but tomorrow you are hobnobbing with a bunch of PUAs like Rolo Tomasi and Fresh and
Am
Fit
I?
and all these other people.
Am I? I don't.
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
subscribed to
Exactly.
Rolo Tomasi.
Exactly.
Nor do I hobnob with PUAs.
Right.
Hey, boys,
So I
I'm
know
just
that
going to
for a
jump in
fact.
and
So
hold on, Contriver. Hold on. Gentlemen, be civil. Don't start with the mudslinging. Just
no, I'm
have a logical conversation.
look, man. First of all, I'm having a logical conversation, but in the MGTOW space as well, we became free because of MGTOW philosophy. It is not the other way around. So I just asked her a question. That's it. But why did I ask her a question? Perhaps because of my own curiosity, I suppose. And being as upright or straightforward or direct as I am, I did that. So what? It was just a question. And just because I have gained a little bit of proximity while talking to Mr. Brandon, Angler, Nello Wolf, and Mr. Absolute Knowledge Seeker, that is what I did. And that too just like a YouTube comment somewhere. It was just on a stream live chat. That's it. And she could not answer that. Perhaps I wanted to see her consistency regarding the things she claimed as a conservative. Perhaps it was my own curiosity, and it was a dead giveaway, telltale sign that she was nothing of the kind.
Well, Contriver, I respect the posts that you have made. Everything you put, well, almost everything, because I don't agree with you 100%. But most of the time, you are absolutely based. You are, in my opinion, one of the most based people that posts on Shinobi server. And I really respect that about you. So it took me out of, it took me completely by surprise when we were talking about gatekeeping on Friday night. And the guys that you wanted me to gatekeep against, when I listened to the stream, they were not really MGTOW, but they were just being men. Now, they might have a potty mouth and they might have been very disrespectful to Good Mother, but at the same time, she went into their space. And somebody delete Jessica 1. Thank you, Eric. Because where the hell was I? I'm losing my fucking. I'm sorry, unwanted. You know, you're usually a base guy, so I couldn't believe it when I saw you out there defending Good Mother like this. She's a big girl.
First of all, Sir Brandon,
She really can defend herself. And you were getting on these guys for doing exactly what you were doing. So it to me, it was very hypocritical. And that's the way I saw it.
First of all, if I ever come to your channel, if I know you personally, I have seen your face, I have talked to you for a long time, I become a little bit more familiar with you. So if third party is going to have a verbatim with you or even a very polite argument with you, then I would like to butt in. And that depends on individual's nature. Second of all, since I have given, I have to give the chronology, I have to make my case. So, would you be kind enough to at least let me say what I have to say regarding that
yes,
very
of course.
of
That's the whole reason I invited you on.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, and thanks for having me. Yeah. So this episode happened. For example, imagine if Mr. Brandon and Angler were having a discussion, and the two people were having a back and forth sort of an argument, and I know both of you for at least 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, and suddenly you people start passing remarks to each other or something, then I would like to jump in and say, whoa, 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 but Mr. Angler, you said this, didn't you? You claim to be a conservative, right? So it was just like that, nothing more, nothing less. The chat is readily available, and certainly I am not virtually having sex with anyone, since I have gone on the monk mode as well. Apart from the flashlights, I enjoy every once
Not
in a
even
while.
prostitutes.
No? Spinning robot pussy, 330 RPM.
How much do they cost in
TFM
India?
spoiled me.
How much are the hookers in India? Like top tier, like 10 out of 10, like tits and ass, and pretty face and pretty feet and everything, and no roast beef pussy, like 10 out of 10 Indian hooker, like prostitute. 10 out of 10. How much can you get one? What's the going rate for a 10 out of 10 Indian dime piece fucking hooker in New Delhi?
Well, if it is New Delhi, then it is going to cost a little bit more for you, around like 1,000 American dollars or something.
Wow,
for the whole
expensive.
day? For the whole weekend? For the whole day? Like
for the full.
You cut out.
Okay, while he's cut out, I'm going to give another 2 cents here. What we have here is an issue, okay? Now, just because there's an issue on the table does not mean that there needs to be a split amongst what we have here. The issue needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about like adult men, like we always do. And that issue needs to be put to rest. And then we move forward. So
Surely,
I'm only saying this because
surely.
I'm a little bit worried about what's going on recently. And
Contriver, can you speak up?
So, yes, I can. So, this happened. Then there was another person who used to be covering geopolitical issues and everything regarding Russia and the Ukraine invasion and everything. So, being someone who was interested in strategic affairs and has worked with a bunch of think tanks, that is the only qualification I have. I have worked with think tanks in the think tanks which actually specialize in nuclear warfare. I have been a strategic affairs observer. My friends have actually covered the war in Syria. Some of the journalists who were from France, and they actually were independent journalists who covered the war in Syria. They were my friends. I had many contacts at that point, but I left the field because I asked a question in a meeting and I got laughed upon by the heavyweights, and that's it. Uh, Regarding the nuclear weapons issue of Japan, as to why Japan cannot have nuclear weapons, uh, as someone who was asking a question, first of all, I got laughed upon by all the people in a closed door meeting, and they said to me that if Japan is going to have nuclear weapons, then what would be the relevance of the US Navy in the entire Korean Peninsula and Japan? So that is why they should not have, they should not have nuclear weapons. That would be detrimental to US Navy. That is what they said.
Well, that's not correct. The reason Japan doesn't have any nuclear weapons is because nuclear weapons are an offensive weapon, and Japan's constitution says that it can only have a self-defense force.
Well, it
and
was on
under
the
treaty, the United States has also agreed to defend Japan, and any nuclear attack on Japan would be treated as an attack on the United States. Thus, the nuclear deterrent is already in place.
First of all, this issue was regarding China's belligerence, and that is around, I think, in 2017 or something. So 5 or 6 years ago. And
Right.
this issue was regarding Japan. I asked the question as to they were discussing the whereabouts of what if China comes and grabs the third island chain, that is Guam, and Senkaku island chain, and what is going to happen then? I mean, is there a tripwire? If there is no tripwire, then is US going to put their forces in the harm's way? And the issue that came to my mind was in the run up to the 2016 polls. Uh, Donald Trump also said the same that, let Japan or South Korea have their nuclear weapons, because initially nuclear weapons are actually weapons of the last resort. They are an ultimate deterrent, and
Yep.
they are not offensive weapons; they are defensive weapons. It just issues some sort of a security guarantee regarding that very issue, and that is why you just have to mollycoddle them, just like in the case of North Korea. Everyone mollycoddles them just because they have done hydrogen bomb testing and so on and so forth. Anyways, that is beside the point. What I was doing was being a strategic affairs observer that I was. I am not anymore. Yes, I might have some few contacts here and there, but that's it. That is the extent of my overreach, you could say, regarding the government institutions and department secretary and whatnot.
Brandon, I'm going to jump into the live chat. Gentlemen, have a good evening, and fellas, just get it worked out. I'll see y'all later.
So that was the issue. Now coming back to the topic, I went on to Observative stream, and by the way, that live chat has actually that cancelled, but thanks to good mother, she actually saved all the screenshots because I told her to. I was saddened by the fact that there was some drag queen story hour or some news about that. Now I wrote in the chat itself that this is what the West has become. Now some other people who do not have two brain cells to rub together quite misunderstood my point by saying that the West was inherently like this. I never said that. I said that the West has become like this because of the woke indoctrination of
The
Hey,
consumer
generation
marketing.
snowflake.
Contriver,
Yes,
can we get
yeah.
back to the topic at hand?
This is generation
Um,
snowflake. That's what the West is. That's why it's a bunch of pussies.
no, because the West has become like this because of the woke indoctrination. The West was not inherently like this. The West had a great heritage of Socrates and Aristotle and Machiavelli and whatnot. So I mentioned that fact, and someone told me, and this is about Alice. And please, viewers, listen to this very closely. Someone wrote down to me, and here I am paraphrasing. Well, if you think the West is bad because she misunderstood my point, why do y'all? I would remember that bloody word for the rest of my life. She said to me, "Why do y'all touch boys in your country?"
Well, Alice apparently is not a nice person, but I don't give a fuck because, once again, that's a female, and she doesn't belong in the manosphere.
Yeah, I'm not
I did
inclined to
not.
believe anything
Uh,
about a man just because of some questions that a woman asks him in the chat. I'm
yes,
not going to
but
believe that someone is something someone else insinuates. I'm more of a watch a person's patterns in their behavior. And if you see it for yourself, then you can know. But those kind of implications are just toxic. And that's why men should not be following the impressions of a woman and trying to proceed logically according to that. It's never going to work.
Thank you,
I
D-Man.
was not. per- I was never pursuing logically as to what she was saying. I was not even addressing her. I was making a comment on a live chat stream, and she
Right.
replied back
I,
to me.
I understand. Out of the blue, she just started asking you questions in a live chat. I mean, who does that?
Yes, so it was her folly, not mine, because I did not address her after that first time where I just asked her a question. But since she was salty about it, she did the obvious thing. She did the female's thing, and that's it. It was not my folly, it was her folly. It was her tomfoolery. Second of all, then this issue came up that she and good mother are going to have a debate or something on the Prophet of Thought media channel of Mr. Xavier. They came over there, and there is a bunch of people who are former has been tier 1 operators, has been veteran GI Joes. Uh, they come from the server called Gulag, including Mr. Conservative, who also belongs to that server. However, he is more inclined towards geopolitical stuff. So that is why
I
I used to
like
visit his.
conservatives' content, by the way. I'm a
Yes. So
subscriber.
yes, even I am a subscriber, and
Yeah, I've been following him for a couple years.
yes. So there were some people like Mr. A Truism, Words of the Storm Crow, as well as Mr. Stray in the chat of that very the Prophet of Thought Media channel in the debates itself. When I came up, because I wanted to ask regarding me as to why did you call me a pedophile?
That show
And
was called White Woman Wars
yes, and
on
I came up,
TPOT. White Woman Wars.
and if people exactly, and if people would look up in the chat, they would come to know that before I was going to jump, I was about to jump into the panel, just like I am here right now on the StreamYard link. There were some people from the very same Gulag server, like Ragnarok, like Mr. A Truism, like Mr. Trey. I'm taking names, and they told me, Contriver, you are looking weak, bro. Just don't go up there. Lean into it. And there is a man called Angry Snowman who came up to Good Mother's channel and said that welcome to the pedo club. I'm not cool with that. I've never been called that in my life. I'm not a pedophile. But labeling someone as such is also a wrong thing.
Labeling someone as such is a wrong thing. Trying to press charges on someone, making a false claim is a crime. That didn't happen. Labeling
Well,
and questioning and insinuations and all of that subliminal garbage that abounds in the world of women is no fun.
well, do you know that in the White Women Wars very particular video which you are talking about, in that very same video, what was the claim of Alice? She said, I am going to file a defamation lawsuit against you, a class action lawsuit, and if you don't take your video down, and it
What do you
was
mean
her video in which her
what do you mean a class action lawsuit?
Guys, hang on a second. We need to just remember that we don't need to interact with these females.
Right? That show was called White Woman Wars.
And do you remember what
And
was
it should
said
have
in
been
that
left to
video?
them.
You know, if we get involved by letting these women into our spaces, this is the kind of drama that ensues. People's feelings get hurt. Men start going after men. It's just a bad thing all around. Let the women
Yes,
fight.
but
Let them do their thing. You know, if the women that are fighting and you're near where they're fighting, you're going to get drug into it. And, you know, it's just not what needs to happen.
I mean, I got
if
drug into it just for asking if she had been sending men to attack women in chats, and right after that, for telling her keep that somewhere else when she came into another man's chat room when Mandy
Well,
was bringing it there, and that's all I did, and then she started talking about me.
if we interact with
and
women, let them into our chats, and give them power because we're seeking their attention, or they're getting trips off of having us just sitting around, or they, you know, you, or even if you just think it's a safe space to go into a female's chat room, you know, you're leading yourself into a position where you are not going to be independent. You're going to have the women's concerns thrust upon you because you're living in their world now. And we have to separate ourselves in the manosphere from that type of distraction. We have to separate ourselves from that type of usury. We do not need to pay them with our attention, our hard work, or anything. They don't need any of that. They're strong and independent now, and they can take care of themselves. There's no reason to fight with a woman because that fight is beneath you. So please, gentlemen, please do yourselves a favor. Don't get involved in these fights. Take everything you hear coming out of one woman's mouth. Doesn't matter if you like her or not, whether you respect her or not. I respect what Good Mother has to say. And I also respect that Good Mother is a big girl and can take care of herself and is more than capable of fighting these Alice people. Because Alice is not my fight and never will be. It is not my place as a man to get between two women fighting. They're not under my roof, and so I have nothing to do with it.
Well, guy said before that let women check other women, let men check other men. Leave them to their own devices, as they say.
My concern is when someone called me a pedophile, I became a part of their equation, even if I didn't want it to be the case. So I needed to clear up some charges against me, against myself. That was personal attack on me. That is why I came on the Prophet of Thought White Women Wars video, which Cybertoxin is also talking about. And I cleared the air regarding myself only and I left. I did not stay because there were some vacuous charges that were put against me. I was falsely accused of being a kiddie toucher. That was said by someone.
You're falsely accused of what?
Kiddie
It was
toucher.
questioning.
Hey, a
It
titty
was
toucher.
questioning. Yes, it was
No, it was not
questioning
questioning.
and insinuation and a lot of
Yes.
emotionally charged chat in comments where you can't get the context or intonation in speech.
Apparently that video is gone, but the screenshots are still available, so you could look it up for yourself and make your own decisions. I made my own decision as a free man, and that's it.
Let me address something that's going on in chat. I haven't really been watching, but I see a bunch of people and JR fighting. JR, if you just want to start shit, you can go away. That's, if you have something constructive to say, go ahead and say it. But if you're just starting shit to be starting shit, then please don't. Not tonight.
But it is interesting. I want to redirect the focus on what Cybertoxin said right now, very recently. Cyber, you said that
reacting to those emotional suggestions just empowers the whole idea.
No. I'm not saying about what you said right now. I said what you said 5 minutes ago. That you asked Good Mother, asked Mandy, that whether she was sending men to attack women.
Yes, because I saw a man that said he was told.
Yes. And you did not pay attention to what Mr. Brandon just said right now? I might have been a fool or hypocritical to, jump into a fight and become part of
I've not been arguing with Mr. Brandon.
Yeah. No.
To be logically consistent,
but you became a part of.
Hang on a second, Contriver.
But you became.
Contriver, wait a second.
You became a part.
Contriver, hang on just a second, please. To be logically consistent, none of us need to be involved with women like that.
Yeah.
So let's keep that in mind.
I plan on making a lot of solo content. To be completely honest, I'm gonna be doing panels, but I see myself doing a ton of solo streams, like something like Coach Greg Adams, like just nailing shit. I'm by myself for like an hour, and not having anybody, you know, especially women.
Knowledge, your microphone has gone out on us. I can't hear you.
That whole thing you missed that whole thing. Hold on, let me see if.
Yeah, all of it.
Oh my God, hold on. Okay, so I plan on doing a lot of solo content in the future. Just because, like, I don't know, if you got something to say, sometimes you got 10 people panels, it's hard to get your message out. So I don't know. I might just. It's not even like a dude thing or having women on the show. Or on the panel. It's just if I have to get a message through.
Hey,
Sometimes
somebody get rid of Fifi.
If I have 10 people on the panel, it's hard for me to go on a monologue or a rant. It's hard for me to go, on just hammering my points. But nothing wrong with it too. It's good to, I sprinkle in. I'm thinking I'm gonna do solos, and then have some a multi-person panels, and do both. Yeah, I'm gonna do both. Probably more solos, just for the message, just for the sake of, just more solos, just for the sake of focusing on whatever my message is.
You could do a bunch of solos and occasionally do some reviews with other people, followers or subscribers, whatever, that have watched the video and have a commentary about it. Dialogue.
Can I say my piece now?
You're gonna bottom line this? You're gonna bottom line it, Contriver?
Yes.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, bro.
I used to appear on Godmother's channel. That is a fact. That is a reality. But I am nowhere seem to be hypocritical about anything regarding anything. That's a short point.
Do you plan on doing solos in the future, or are you gonna do like me? I'm gonna do solos. I'm gonna do
I'm
like
also going
3
to do solos as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
Look,
3 or 4 solos, and then 1 panel, and then 3 or 4 solos, and
Well,
1 panel.
that's great.
brother, I don't have that much time anyways. I'm going to do streaming once a week. That's it. It would be a 7-hour stream and that's it. If anyone comes, comes. If anyone doesn't come, doesn't come. Why do I have to overexert myself? Once a week is enough. On Saturdays only. Because Sunday we have to prepare for Monday. So that's it.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come in and defend yourself.
Yes,
I don't think
but
you have, but
well, instead of putting out these vacuous charges and as if it is some sort of a veiled threat, I suggest you carry out the threat.
I did. I said I would call you out, and I have.
Regarding what? So at least let me know
Regarding
the
the
ground.
fact that you are white knighting for good mother, you did it.
Well, I
The
could
evidence
say
is incontrovertible. It's, the stream is out there. Everyone can watch it. Everyone can see. I wonder why you brought me into it.
you were not brought into
Why was
the
my name mentioned on 3 separate occasions by both you and Dak? I'm not part of that fight. I'm not part of the fight. I don't get involved in that drama. Why was I brought into it?
Because
Why did you mention my daughter being raped? What, why, it's not my, it's not my fight. Why'd you bring me into the drama?
Can I say something?
Sure, you can answer my questions if you feel like it.
Yeah, surely. First of all, I wanted to, whenever I took your name on two different occasions, I'm not saying about what Dak did or what Dak said. On my occasion, I did not say anything which is considered as being disrespectful towards you. I only said that his child was being preyed upon. That's it. I did not
Yeah.
say raped upon. I said preyed upon because this is a fact that you said yourself on your very stream or somewhere else. I don't remember, but I recall that you yourself said that.
It's
So
not, it's not hidden knowledge. Everybody knows it.
It's absolute knowledge.
that is a fact. That it's absolute knowledge. It is not a hidden thing anymore.
And
Second of all,
I've never hidden it. So
so it's fine. I have been accused of, I've been threatened with a case of sexual harassment against me as well. That is also not a hidden case anymore.
How many times?
What I'm once, and that too by a female lawyer when I was in Canada.
And she was a
Again,
lawyer. And she was
yes,
a lawyer in Canada.
and I hooked up with her before that. So that is the case.
Did you put in her ass?
When yes, no.
The nerve of this broad.
Anyways, so whenever I said your name, I said that in a highly revered manner, sir. First of all, you are at least 25 years older than me. I don't do that to other people, let alone to Mr. Brandon, who is one of my kith and kin. Second of all, when I took your name, I I was actually showing the misery of all men, and I was referring to a story regarding a 7-year-old child from India who is working as a food delivery boy, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I'm not laughing at you, Contriver. Somebody has a joke account called True Blood's Fat Belly.
And and certainly the third thing, which is the most important thing, is that these people from the Gulag server are coming in, and they are coming in hordes, and they are coming in to try to curry favor with us or try to hobnob with us. And that's what I am telling you. They are not at all interested in our own MGTOW philosophy. They are, in fact, against it because I have been on their panels and have been disrespected and insulted many times of being a defeatist myself. And the proof is in the pudding. There are videos available on their own very YouTube channels, and that's it. So
Well,
I
we
don't
heard him
want.
say last night as a threat to Good Mother that they would come to our channels. But
He
you
was
also warned me.
saying that because he knew that she didn't want men talking to men. She
Yeah,
didn't want people from the Gulag talking to people from MGTOW.
You mean
And
like Trey, who you mean like Trey, who always calls me when I got on his channel or SKC's channel of being a defeatist, or
no,
you mean like
I'm talking about a woman
yes,
who has positioned
yes,
her own self as gatekeeper between groups of men.
because I called her that. I named her channel as Working Men's Hostel, and she was supposed to be the warden who would keep the women out. That's it. And for
Out
Well,
of
doing
that's
what?
like
that very
asking
thing,
a wolf to watch the sheep.
Yeah,
well, she
yeah.
keeps women out on her channel. That is for
Well,
sure.
she needs, I can't stress this enough. If you hang around women, you will be drawn into their drama.
I mean, she
I
did
know
say
that
that
for a
stay
fact.
out of our spaces, right? Don't get in with the men. Stay out of it. It's none of your business. She has say that before.
Well, from what I've been able to gather about Good Mother, she believes it is her job to keep the women in line. She does not need or even require men to do that.
If that is the case, then why these pickup artists actually are coming up and
Well, the
trying to
pickup artists are a completely different story. I don't approve of the
how?
pickup artists. I believe they are all blue pill. They don't need to be in the red pill spaces because
Purple
they
pill.
also chase female validation. They judge how good of a person they are by how much pussy they get. That is not the behavior of a MGTOW. Pickup artists also do not belong in our spaces.
I've seen Clark do what he did with the couple of two of them. So wherever he is, I hope he's all right. But I wish he was still here. He can pick up on who's roaching and who's trying to bring men back to the plantation with their lies and I might buy my courses. I'll make you a masculine man, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that is complete fucking usury. That is complete fucking, grifting behavior. And we don't put up with that here either. Just because the pickup artists try to get in does not mean they're doing anything other than acting as a fucking predatory salesman for their fucking shit. We have some people here who are pretty close to being PUAs, but they're not. And pickup artists just don't belong. It's blue pill bullshit.
Well, they are in fact pickup artists and they behave like a pickup artist all along. And I'm taking names.
Okay. Well, if they, if I see anybody acting like a pickup artist trying to fucking get men when they're at their weakest to spend thousands of dollars to get, some false sense of female validation, I'll call it out. And I expect each and every one of you to back me up when I do it.
And that is surely going to happen. But before that, if someone is saying that MGTOW is a defeatist philosophy, a defeatist way of life, and he is married as well, what are you going to say to him?
I'm going to tell him that since he is eating the blue pill, he needs to go find a place where he will find like-minded people and he should get the fuck out.
And shall I take names as to three people? And there is proof available regarding the videos and everything.
Now, there is one MGTOW out there that I know of who is married, and that's MGTOW Values, but he's gone overseas and gotten himself a little Southeast Asian woman who is treating him right and has for the last 25 years.
Well, then he is not a MGTOW because the three stipulations of MGTOW is no marriage, no cohabitation, and no children. So if he has done it again, then he is wrong in that. He is not a MGTOW. We are MGTOW who are living like a monk. Whether I am 36 or whether Mr. Brandon or whether it is Absolute Knowledge Seeker or Nello Wolf. I presume he is. So that is why.
Oh yeah, I haven't dated fucking almost 7 years, so I'm sticking to that. I prefer my happiness over calamity and stressing myself out for somebody who will backstab me at a whim's notice.
Surely. And that is how it is supposed to be. But these are the things. I am never a white knight. I have seen how my mother also behaves. So regarding the female nature, I was in red pill rage for the last 7 years. 7 fucking years. People and their red pill rage actually subsides in 1 or 2 years. I have been in 7 years because I have observed very quietly as to how my mother also behaves and every other woman also behaves. And that realization to kick in into your muscle memory, it took me 7 years. So I am a late bloomer regarding that, but I for the past 6 years I have not been dating or hooking up with someone except for a sex toy. That's it.
And Shinobi One is absolutely right. These rules are guidelines. You know, but they are also tenets of our philosophy.
Yes.
And if your behavior violates the tenets of the philosophy, it means that you're not an avid adherent to that philosophy.
Behavior regarding what? Behavior regarding
I'm addressing what Shinobi One is saying in the chat.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing that I wanted to address. I don't know whether I did justice to that, but if there was a specific thing against me that I'm white knighting for Mandy or something, I'm certainly not. Because I believe in this very core philosophy. I say that on her face, and she agrees. Because she also has a son who is becoming a teenager.
And Shinobi One, I also agree with you. MGTOW values is a MGTOW. He knew. In fact, MGTOW values has been a MGTOW since the 1980s. And he knew what the risks were, which is why he went overseas and got a non-Western woman.
Well, if he got a woman, then how could he be a MGTOW? Having casual hookups is fine, but no serious cohabitation.
You see, I need to speak on this point right now.
Yeah.
People have asked me similar questions, and if you find a woman who acts right, if you find some chick, you find a woman who's submissive, quiet, she does shit for you, she's not a bitch, she's not a dick juggling fucking monkey branching slut bag, then if she's acting right, and if she's not giving you, if she's not giving you headaches, then by all means, what's the problem?
Yes,
If you got a woman who's not giving you headaches, if you got a woman who's not giving you any fucking headaches, she's open to you. She lets you smash she lets you smash them as much as possible, and she's doing shit for you, and she's not cheating on you. Then what's the problem?
Well, the problem is in the West, in America, in Canada, in Britain, in Australia, and most of Western Europe, the laws are set up so that a woman can absolutely fuck you over. And they have shown historically that they will.
So then you follow the MGTOW rules of don't marry, don't cohabitate, and don't procreate. But you can still smash and eat and do your sandwiches. Still smash and have her do your laundry. You still smash and have her wash your dishes and make you sandwiches.
Right. MGTOW, some of us have chosen monk. I am a monk. But that doesn't mean that is the way that everyone who is MGTOW will be. We have brothers that have all kinds of different things they like to fuck. I don't even fucking jack my meat anymore because I have fucking given up what I consider lustful thought.
Yeah,
but that is hookers, not.
It's either hookers or subservient women.
That's for brothers who are not monks. If you wish to go out and fuck, I understand. I was young. Up until fucking I didn't begin getting red pilled in 2000 until 2012, which would still make me older than most of you guys.
Well, what is the last time you rigged someone? Like last time. The last time.
The last time I busted a nut was in 2020.
How much did she cost?
Oh, dinner.
Dinner. See, that's gambling. That's gambling right
Yeah.
there.
But
Well, at least she wasn't a foodie.
the reason I gave up women was because every time I'd go out on a date, it felt like a fucking job interview. And I see you talking absolute knowledge, but I can't actually hear what you're saying.
Like how?
I didn't. I'm not trying to talk over the top of you. I just thought you were being quiet. My mistake.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've been hearing everything. Like if my mouth started moving, and how much you're missing. Just now, did you miss anything?
Now I'm catching it.
Okay, if a woman acts right, if she acts right, if she's giving you sex whenever you want it, and she's doing things for you, and then fuck it. Still don't marry her. Still,
Right. I wish I'd
here
known
is-
that when I was 20.
Yeah. But I just want to elucidate on this very particular issue that Western people have a notion that you know outside of the West everything is sugar and spice and everything nice. It is not necessarily the case actually. What happens is Indian women would eat you alive while you still would be alive. There is a South Korean prime minister who came up, who ran for the election campaign as an anti-feminist lawyer. He came up because there was so much feminism in South Korea. There is so much feminism in India that you are going to get lynched by a mob, even for a false accusation of eve teasing or catcalling or something.
Yep,
I come
Margaret
from that
Sanger.
country,
Margaret Sanger and quite a few other people with her same interests went all over the world planting little seeds, just hoping they would take where they would. And
she
yes,
was
India
about
is one of them.
euthanasia and eugenics.
Hmm.
Euthanasia and eugenics, and it was nothing regarding uh, feminism or anything. It was about the breeding capabilities of Indians, which has to be curtailed in her own writings. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is these people want depopulation, give them depopulation. I would never advocate any man to marry or cohabitate with a woman. Yes, a casual fling is okay as long as your sex drive doesn't go down after 45 or something. It is quite fine. I'm in my late 30s, but I'm not going to hook up anymore. I would use my flashlight. I don't care. Second of all, this notion that outside of West everything is fine because Western women are corrupt. No, feminism has actually radiated outwards for the rest of the world, and it has percolated in the rest of the world as well. You would see the next Color Purple movie coming out of China. In China, there is no feminism at all, even though there is a fascist dictatorship of the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, you have not seen the reports coming out of China. You have not certainly not seen the reports coming out of India where there are female MRAs who have to come up and say that you are doing this wrong. People make cases on a whim, and all the statistics. There are some statistics. If anyone
I'm
wants,
still curious about
give me
these
a
New Delhi
fortnight's
hookers.
time.
I'm still curious. Like, are we talking like, are there like hot bitches? Like, if you go to India, if I go to India and I go to a big city, am I gonna find like these big titty, fat ass, beautiful Indian women like everywhere, or are they hard to find?
Hard to find, as well as if you tell them that they are going to charge you and an arm and a leg. So instead of doing that, just
Like,
get a doll or something.
I'm talking some D cup titties that don't drop an inch when the bra comes off. Like I'm talking these firm, these firm, perfect tits. Like, dude, I mean, I can't even tell you well, I'm getting off topic. The hooker sprees, dude. I've seen girls that like you see them and you're like what the fuck are you selling your ass for $100 for?
Yes. So it is not like that, but you are going to get some hookers. That's it. If you want a vagina, you are going to get anyways. Anyways. So these are the things that Western people go on a sabbatical to Thailand or India or China or somewhere else. They don't know jack about what the lives of men from those places actually is. Just having a Filipino girlfriend doesn't mean that you are going to sustain, because feminism has percolated into other societies and civilizations as well as it is perpetually destroying those very civilizations which you are fleeing to. So just give it a matter of 20 or 10 or 15 years, 15 years maximum, and it is an ample amount of time to prove each other wrong. So you just have 15 to 20 years to play house over there. That's it.
All right, Hermit, you're welcome to come on.
Well, I'd like to say that those corrupted things are not original American ideals.
Yes, but U.S. federal government via United Nations say for empowering women all over the place, whether it
The
is a
the
gender
UN,
studies
yeah,
degree in Afghanistan or somewhere else. Now you could say that these are not American ideals and these are not American values. I want to sincerely believe you for a fact, but when I see the circumstantial evidence, it proves to the contrary.
I just want to say too that one of the goals of MGTOW is waking people up. One of the goals of MGTOW is do your own thing and focus on you and stack your money and just build yourself. It's to wake people up. It's to wake other men up. It's to make other men aware that are blue pill and hopelessly conditioned. And the third point, a long shot of a hope is that women, they might act right. A long shot a long shot. I mean, I'm not talking about throwing stones and making them wear, full body dresses with the eye with the fucking with the, you know what I'm saying? You know how the Muslim people, the Muslim women, how they have like the full body thing and all you can see is their eyes. Hey, they're probably listen. That probably stops a lot of fights. I'm not gonna lie. I did a job today, and I'm just standing there, and a woman will pass by, and I'll be looking at her, and sometimes she has a man there, and I just thought to and I was just thinking, if women were covering themselves, there would be a whole lot less like dudes fighting over other dudes looking at their chick and shit like that. But that's kind of, but my point is, my grand point is there might be a hope. There might be a hope that women, they might start acting right. There might be a hope if we wake enough men up and we cut the soy crap and men become men again. That women, they'll act right again.
let's let's show them the value and the importance in modesty.
Ooh, the women.
Again,
Yes,
Yeah,
they've
like
lost
I
like
sight
I
of that.
said, you know how many fights? You know how many? If your girl goes out and she's wearing a tank top and the titties are hanging out and she's wearing shorts and you see the bottom of her ass cheek, it's like it's almost disgusting. Not disgusting. It's almost it's an embarrassment.
Yeah, it really
Anyway,
is.
Yep.
what the the thing is, people don't realize that the non-Muslim communities all over the world, including India, are actually dying. And it is not about a woman. You think that those women who are wearing all the hijab and burqa and abaya, Islamic.
whatever that full body outfit where you can only see their eyes, with the slit, the slit for their eyes. That full body
It
outfit.
is
Hey, if it looks good, if she's looking good underneath that outfit, I don't need a whole bunch of other dudes fucking their eyeballs all over my chick. I just don't need
yes,
that.
but you see, there is actually that is what we desire, and we think that women are going to act right. Women are not going to act right, and let me tell you how. In France, a little bit of more of these Syrian refugees came in one town. All the men were in bars and everything and restaurants. Women were not allowed to come out. And there was a woman who was walking with a walker in her child, and her child was there talking to a French journalist. And she was saying that this is France. This need not to be the case. And by the way, she was a Muslim woman wearing full body dress, and she was talking to a French journalist, a native host journalist from France, and the video is over there on TFM's channel on BitChute.
What did she do?
People could look it up. She wanted to be a feminist. She wanted to be like the very same women which the French women are, topless or bottomless, and she wanted all of that, and
She
it is
wanted to
the
be a hoe.
nature.
She wanted to be a
And
hoe,
she was a Muslim,
basically.
and
Well,
she
this
was
is
a
another
Muslim
thing
woman.
we know about women. When given the opportunity, they will choose poorly.
Exactly. So the what happened was there came by a car full of six men, and they just sternly gave her a look or something, and then she called off the interview. Because ultimately, it is the job of a man to keep a woman in line and, uh,
If she
make
has
her
enough
fall in
friends,
line.
if she has too many,
No,
it's a man's job to check her to check his woman. But if she has enough friends, if she has enough of a fucked up social circle, if she has enough shitty friends, there's no hope. If she has enough, if she hangs out with she hangs out with a bunch of sluts, she's gonna turn into a slut. Hangs out with a bunch of divorce cheating fucking dick jugglers, she's gonna become a divorce cheating dick juggler, just like her friend. She's gonna succumb to the peer pressure.
again, again, but why these sort of privileges of being a dick juggler or having a bunch of friends were given to her in the first place?
Well,
The Muslims
Tinder
don't play that.
Tinder enabled the dick juggler.
Exactly. So the point predates back to giving women rights, which they never earned in the first place. They did not fight in the trenches and lose their limbs like a man would. So why they were given the same privilege about voting rights and each and everything, the whole nine
Because they
yards?
bitched and complained long enough that people finally gave in.
Exactly, and that is a psychological thing. If you recognize this, and I have read some books on psychology and everything, it says that this is the biggest superpower of a woman: nagging or shaming someone and saying that you are wrong, you are rapist, you are this, you are that, making him feel guilty about himself. That is why they always say education, organization, agitation. These are the three tenets of cultural Marxism. So, this is what is going to happen if you give women enough rights, which the West has done by giving them the first wave suffragettes' rights in 1919, and all hell broke loose, and we are all going to go down. It is not that some women are exception over there. It is just that because of the patriarchal community within that subculture over there in that part of the world, is preventing her to act like a hoe. Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks.
All right. I'm having some people in chat asking me, what did OneFastDak do wrong? Well, in private, OneFastDak was telling me he was terrified of Good Mother. And then in public, OneFastDak went out and was white knighting for Good Mother. And he was also bringing my name into his white knighting. And that's what he did wrong. And that's what he, that's what threw me for a loop. Because I have done streams because I saw Dak getting picked on from what he was telling me. My first video on keeping women out of the manosphere was mostly because of what Dak said. There were 11 other brothers who came to me. Yeah, if you don't see it as white knighting, Hemi, I don't know what to tell you. If a guy goes in and is defending a woman for having a fight with another woman, that's white knighting. If you don't see it that way, I can't, there's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind. And here we have OneFastDak. So hopefully we can get this cleared up. Add to stream. Okay.
Yeah, let's clear it up, Brandon. Keep it up, man. You fucking liar. Fuck you.
I'm not fucking lying.
Yeah,
I have our chats. You've seen our chats, Dad.
I've defended you so many fucking times, you asshole! And this is the way you fucking repay me? You fucking dirtbag! Fuck you!
Yep.
Let's do it, man! Tough guy? You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, Brandon.
Well,
Go
good.
ahead.
I'm glad you feel that.
Contact me again. Ever. Ever. Do you understand me? Ever. Do not ever contact me again. You fucking troll.
And there you have Dak's point of view. So
I think I have said enough on my part as well. I shall take my leave. It is 10:12 a.m. over here and I have to prepare for my office. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Even though I did not prove anything about my white knighting on your channel, but I have to say this: there are some PUAs who are lurking around and trying to curry favor with you, sir. That's it.
And we need to get rid of the
And I
PUAs
know.
too. And thank you for coming on and having a very good, respectful conversation.
Well, I think I am here for all the smoke. I am doing it once and for all, and I shall not do it again because I would also stream on my channel, and that would be once a week or something. So it doesn't really matter. Even if someone doesn't really want to listen to me, I could care less because it is not my voice, it is the voice of the MGTOW philosophy in itself. And I know that all of us, including Dak, are a living example of that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well.
Brandon, I think you're all right. We should get rid of the PUAs because Chronic isn't here to do it anymore. He was doing two, and now what's happening? Yeah, we should call out these infiltrators that are basically, as he would put it, using simp blood and abusing men that are really down and out that really need help, and then young men that are coming in and want to see what's going on with women acting like this, or did I do something wrong? Was it me? And I think they need help by distinguishing who's using them for money and who's really looking out for them. And that's the foremost that we should be doing, and not fighting amongst ourselves. And yeah, that caught me off guard with Dak. I'm like, wow, scared the crap out of me.
Well, that type of behavior shouldn't scare you. One of the blessings of having a stoic philosophy is you don't let yourself get worked up like that. Now, I'm not perfect, and no man is. But, you know, you can't bring women into this sphere and not expect the drama to happen. You know, you've got to take your bros before you take your hoes. You know, you just have to support your bros. That's all, you know, because the hoes will always fuck you over because they're only out for their own benefit. You know, that's the whole purpose of their hypergamy. You know, they want to monkey branch up to the next one.
Yeah, and before they do it, they want to alienate you from your family and take everything you have. You know.
Yeah. And Alien Rocket Head, I was hoping for the same thing.
It's the laws in general. It's the laws. It's mass societal programming and trends. It's the media. You know, it's the media. It's Sex and the City. It's Tinder. You name it.
And by going to Good Mother's stream, gentlemen, you are putting yourself into her sphere of influence. I know it's fun to go over there for some reason. I don't get it, but a lot of y'all do.
The only reason I've never made any kind of videos about what goes on over there to defend myself from things she said about me that are not true, including maligning the memory of my father. The only reason I've not publicized any videos from her stuff is because of the men that were over there. Even though some of them that were up there were helping her contrive these ideas about me.
So we all know what, you know, what's good for us. And if you want to avoid drama, stay out of the women's business. I know I haven't converted all of you to my way of thinking. Or excuse me, not converted, convinced why I was upset. But I didn't like having my name brought into a white knight conversation. And I certainly didn't like my daughter being used in that same conversation. And the part about using my daughter to explain away my behavior was, it wasn't cool. And I probably did lose a bit of my cool when I heard my baby being brought in as justification for what my values and principles are.
I didn't tune into that part. I didn't see
No,
that
Dak,
part
you never
of the
did respect.
7-hour stream.
You know,
How
it's
many
just
times? How many times? What was it brought up?
my daughter was only brought up once.
Yeah, I was there. I heard it. I was there. She, you know, talked about it once.
Yeah, it was 7
And
hours. I didn't see that part.
You know, I mean, you're about right about one thing, that women should deal with their own shit, and us men deal with our own stuff and not get into their spaces or their fights, because otherwise it just brings you unwanted drama and stuff that you don't need, negativity that you don't need when you're trying to live a happy life. Stay away from that. Stop dealing with women like that. Just tend to your own self. That's what really matters, not bullshit, not female drama or anything like that. It's just pure negative. Who wants that?
Not me. I mean, I can afford to have people share their negative opinions about me. I don't believe opinion has any authority, but it's definitely not very settling. especially when the idea that it's being publicized to the world is out there.
Yeah, I'm out here trying to get FU. I'm out here trying to hustle it and get FU money. And money is definitely at the top. Money and muscle. And if a bitch falls in my lap, then so be it. But money and muscle is like the top, and money's taken, and muscle is taken a back seat to money. Money is definitely at the peak of the mountain of things that have to be accomplished. We're headed towards slavery. We're headed towards Clauses, social credit score. We're headed towards Clauses, digital currency, social credit score, all out, fucking jab, slavery. And money, we're headed towards slavery, and money is at the top of the goals. Of the gold mountain.
Okay. So, does anybody else want to come on?
Well, I'm gonna head out. I'll watch the rest of the show
too.
from the chat.
Me too.
All right. So
Had
I
my
think we'll probably
2 cents in.
wrapping it up if nobody else wants to come on here. Didn't really want to have the big fight that this turned into, but I'm not going to sit around and put up with being brought into a woman's fight. That's just not who I am. And, you know, I lost a friend over this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's this
Dak
brought
was
up.
my friend.
Yeah, I saw that, and it seems like, yeah, like to bring up that bridge from the ashes, it might take some. It might take something. Who knows?
You're right, Hemi. It was a choice. It was a choice on both of our parts. I'm just not willing to compromise my principles.
I don't even, honestly, it was such a long stream. I can't even pinpoint anything in specific.
So
it was just 8 hours of. It was just 7 hours of. 7 hours of this person and that, and then this person comes on and this person leaves and this person. It was 7 hours, and I definitely didn't watch anywhere.
That's good to hear, Dak. Dak,
I definitely didn't watch. Definitely didn't watch. Yeah. It was 7 hours, and I didn't watch nearly all of it, so I can't speak too much.
Well, the whole reason for the stream was to protect Good Mother. Yeah. And it was 7 hours of Good Mother protecting. I don't know Gulag. I haven't researched them. I'm not going to research them. They don't bother me. And you know, it's just, it's not my fight. So, nobody else wants to join in. Thank you very much for watching. And peace be with you all.